But welcome to the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing's virtual open day for their diploma in digital marketing. It would be great if some of you could on your cameras because I feel like I'm talking to nobody, but that's completely fine. So now it goes without saying that in today's day and age, digital technology is something that's constantly evolving and ever changing. And if you talk about the marketing industry in general, digital technology and digital marketing, the concept of digital marketing at least, is something that has taken this industry by storm. Literally, everyone is invested in digital marketing now more than traditional marketing campaigns. And talking about the rapid incline towards digital marketing, despite this rapid incline and everybody seemingly using digital technology and digital marketing campaigns, there seems to be a lack of knowledge and how to use digital marketing when it comes to advertising or campaigning for the local market. We all, we've seen global campaigns and all of that, and we've seen a few good local campaigns as well. It's not that there aren't any, but there seems to be a lack of knowledge when it comes to how to implement the right strategies in a local context. So talking about this diploma that Slim is offering, it is an 8-month course and it equips aspiring marketers and marketing professionals to gain the right knowledge, to use the right tools and the right strategies that are required to thrive in the digital marketing world. And therefore, the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing is the national body for marketing in Sri Lanka. So I think there's no better place that you could choose to do this diploma because it's also the pioneering digital marketing diploma in Sri Lanka. It is one of Sri Lanka's first diplomas in digital marketing, and Slim is obviously now officially welcome to our virtual open day. I'd like to call upon Dr. Sajid Prematilaka, the Deputy General Manager of Education here at the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. He's a seasoned educator and a strategic consultant with a strong background in marketing, digital innovation, and SME development. So he brings years of experience in digital strategy, e-commerce, and real estate investment. And we'd love to hear a few words from you now, Doctor.
Thank you, Rebecca, for that kind words. First of all, I would like to warmly welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Yashoda, who's heading the digital marketing department in Atlas. And also, I would like to extend the same gratitude and wishes to Ms. Mihirini, who's our general manager, who made this event possible, who reached out to all of you, and also our branch managers, Sadeepa, Indika, Lahiru, and also for all the coordinators and internal stakeholders who made this event possible. So, speaking a little bit about Slim, we have been in business for almost now 55 years. During that 55 years, we have enabled almost 100,000 graduates to pass through our doors, right? Our alumni right now heads some of the largest conglomerates, and some of them heads organizations in international territories as well. In terms of digital marketing, as all of you may have heard by now, which is a very still a very dynamic and a rapidly growing market in Sri Lanka, right? If you speak to our internal stakeholders as well as if you talk to our external stakeholders, everyone is searching for new marketeers, especially in the digital field. And also, the starting salary points are also 80,000 to 100,000 students, 100,000 rupees per month, right? There is a significant demand in the market to especially to students who are not only just doing targeted campaign and also data driven machine learning or students who are training AI models in digital field as well. And in terms of dwelling deep into our DDM program, the differentiation that we have from our industry peers is that industry peers is extremely academic heavy, right? You will be mainly focusing on the theory part of digital marketing. However, we are extremely industry friendly. What that means is that our courses are taught by people who are actually running companies in the field. And also, our assessments are geared towards practical experiences. Now, example, some of your assessments are mainly about taking Google or Meta certificates, right? So it's extremely industry heavy. So if by the time if you put on some effort and if you follow the instructions and listen to the strategies and the stories from our uh, lecture panel, you will be a very industry ready individual going into the market. And also, I would ask you not to stop beyond this point of education as well. We have other programs, data driven digital marketing, and also we will be very soon be launching a degree program as well, and explore these options as well. And also, while you are studying, practice what is being preached through our lecture panel as well, because this is extremely if you take the app stores and all the if you take the SEO tags, or if you take the advertising strategies, it's a very dynamic area, right? Some of you may come from different backgrounds. Some of you are already in the industry. Some of you are just school leavers who are starting in the industry. Or some of you are like looking to change the industry and shift to digital marketing, right? So especially the students who are new to this, I would strongly encourage you to practice everything which is being taught during your during the lectures in your personal free time as well. And also at the same time, if you talk to, I even last night I was speaking to some of the general managers of some of the largest banks and financial institutions. Everyone is stating the biggest industry problem that they are facing, including our organization as well, to finding talented individuals to do sales and marketing. And also, other trend is that even if we were able to find talented individuals to do sales and marketing, they're extremely averted, or they are extremely uncomfortable going and speaking to the customers or going to the field and making a sale. And at the same time, our buying patterns are and our sales, the decision making patterns are also changing. If you take both yourself and my generation as well, now we do considerable amount of our purchases and sales through our digital channel. So if you take I think most of us in the organization, most of our bill payments, most of our at least to some degree of our shopping is done through online platform. So the workforce is also changing, and also at the same time, buying patterns are also changing, and that is exactly the gap that we are trying to solve through this program. And we fill this by teaching you digital marketing strategies, right? So I hope that you take what we teach and also do self-studying and enhance your knowledge, and ultimately that you get a very good high-paying job. Moreover, by the time you finish this program, you will be getting several Google certificates and Meta certificates as well as a part of our curriculum, right? So you will be industry ready individuals. So I wish all the students a very best of luck and all the success in your program. Thank you.
Room, which is something that I think most of us speak all the time. And I'd like to move on the agenda for the day, and I'd like to call upon our guest speaker, Ms. Yashoda Surya Kirti, a dynamic digital marketing leader who is currently serving as the head of digital and martech at Atlas Axilia. She has a strong foundation in brand management from dialogue and a proven track record at the global agency Dentsu. She's led impactful digital marketing campaigns for brands like Uber Eats, Reckitt, and Fonterra. And these are all brands that I'm sure we all know and have heard of. So Yashoda is known for driving innovation in consumer experiences through marketing technology and data-driven strategies. And her work has earned her industry-acclaimed awards, including wins at Dragons of Asia, the Slim Digi Awards, and the Effie Awards. So Yashoda, it's absolutely delightful to have you join us here today, and we'd love to hear a few words from you.
Thank you, Rebecca. And thank you for Slim for inviting me today. And I hope I can contribute to everyone today who's going to join the DDM diploma program, which is an excellent program that I think that you guys can take home at the end of the day, because something that when I started was that we didn't have any diplomas at that point. But right now, as Mr. Sajid mentioned, thus the rapid growing in digital marketing has given the demand for a lot of roles in digital marketing spectrum that even I myself is finding hard to recruit people at this moment. So this is a really good program. I would say that give that basic understanding and the baseline for your future job that would require. So today I want to make it more of like conversational than me only giving you like a presentation. So Mihrini, if you can allow the mic of these students today, that would be perfect. So let me dive into a bit of slides that I have built today for you guys to understand a bit of the digital marketing and what kind of trends that currently we do have in the market and what kind of opportunities that you can be looking it in future as well. So please feel free to interrupt me, ask questions, because I would like to make this in a two-way conversation rather than me only speaking, because I do understand as a person who was in digital journey for almost 6 years of time now, does love questions in the particularly in this area, because it's still rapidly growing and still there is not stable enough especially in Sri Lanka. So feel free to ask any questions at any given time. So yeah, let's dive into the slide. I hope everyone can see the slides. All right. So as I said, as Mr. Sajid said, digital marketing is actually thin right now in these days, because one of the main things why after COVID, most of the brands get an import, like they understood the importance of digital marketing when they were facing COVID. So I would say post-COVID, the demand for digital marketing risen really high because of the reason of the budget restraints that they had at that time, because of how budget works in corporate is mostly they put more budget to traditional marketing rather than digital marketing, because at that point most of the brands are not in familiar with digital marketing. Like most of, and you didn't have much
I'm
of.
so sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
But
Yes.
we can't see your slides, Yash. I'm not sure if it's a signal issue or if it's an issue
Oh,
on the technologies end, but we can't see your slides.
let me.
I can see your introduction card right now, but I can't see any of the slides that I assume you're sharing with us.
Can you see now?
No, not yet.
Let me check.
The only card I keep seeing is your introduction card.
I think if the marketing division can stop sharing their screen, I think I can share the screen. Yes.
Okay.
Can you see my screen now?
Yeah. Yes, I can see your screen. Great. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Rebecca. Yes. Yeah. All right. So what I was saying is how this digital marketing, or what this digital marketing is actually about. I think you guys would know much better than I am, I would say, because you guys came with the digital generation, and you guys are already are digital marketers by yourself. Why I'm saying that is, if you have social media, if you're posting regularly on your social media, actually you are creating your presence in digital, and you are promoting yourself in this social media platform. That so simply, this is what digital marketing is about. Whatever you do or whatever you promote in online, that comes to digital marketing. So digital marketing is very wide. There's no hard fast rule of doing things in digital marketing. That's the amazing thing in this marketing, I would say, because it's very agile, very adaptable, and it's every day it's a new thing that's will be coming to your plate when you are working on digital marketing. So simply saying, there's a few platforms that we currently digital marketing is more popular. I would say the channels has you know Meta, which is Facebook and IG. Then we have Google, which utilize the YouTube and Google search. And then you have the TikTok mainstream media, and then LinkedIn has the. So apart from these, there are other platforms you can find out, but these are the main platforms that we in Sri Lanka is much more popular, I would say. So one of the questions that comes every single day to us is that how you want to build a really good marketing, a digital marketing strategy. Like, what's the secret formula, or what? How can I start it? How can I build award-winning strategy for a campaign? And these are some of the questions that we ask every single day. And to tell you the real answer to it is actually it's bit of simple, I would say. That's the amazing thing in digital marketing that, compared to traditional media, I would say. Because if you are in digital, if you are scrolling, because I know every one of you will scroll social media for more than 1 hour for sure. So if you are doing that, you will see what's actually need to be addressed in terms of your brand. If you work for a brand and if you know about what the brand is offering, you just need to find out how you are going to communicate the brand's offering to your consumers in what consumers need. In that, for example, this actually I would say a good example is Samsung. If you can spot the difference of these two screenshots that I have provided, okay, you will be understand that how Samsung does their social media, personalizing the mediums to their audience. So if you can come up, can you like one or two of people can spot the difference and tell me what do you see in these two pictures and what do you don't see compared to in this picture? Anyone?
the number of views for the videos?
Yes, good start. Anyone? Anyone else? Guys, this is very open forum. Please do speak. I would like to have a conversation with you guys. All right. So
I think
what
the
I
first
want,
one is Instagram post. The second one is isn't TikTok.
great, nice observation. There you go. This is what I want to show you. One thing is, so if you are a marketer, especially a digital marketer, what do you first understand is to identify your consumer or identify your user in these channels. Because whatever you work, if you put the same work on IG or TikTok will not work. Sometimes it can be the same content, but the way you're putting or how you show it will different. For example, if you see this first diagram, first row here, right? This left side is IG and right side is TikTok. And if you see the first row in IG and first row in TikTok, you can see the thumbnail differences, right? Why it's like and then if you see the second row and in IG and second row in TikTok, you can see there's a content that is not in the IG. And if you see the this fourth row in IG and TikTok, the middle one, the thumbnail is different to the IG thumbnail. These are small things that the marketer can do, but makes a huge difference in terms of how consumer will be consuming your content. That's why it's really important for you guys to understand whom you're talking to. For really big example that I'm going through right now is speaking to Gen Z, because it's not easy to speak into Gen Z. I'm pretty sure half of the people here might be in Gen Z generation as well. When I'm speaking to you, if I were to speak to you in a very professional manner and putting the brand or the product to your face, I'm pretty sure that you guys all you will not even look at my advertisement or my content. Especially in the era where your time span is less than 3 seconds, I need to grab from my content within that 3 seconds of time. So it's very competitive in digital space how you are promoting your brand or the products in this content, because it's very competitive and very highly agile. So you need to be able to adapt to these changes, adapt to these content differences, adapt to these trends. And so the secret formula, I would say, to a good strategy for digital marketing is content plus targeting. Your content needs to be relevant. It needs to be agile. Look at the trends which is in the social media. The best way to identify a trend, I will give a small tip for you guys. If you see, especially most of the time, the style that the trend that I have seen how content go viral is, it starts most of the time from TikTok. If you see a TikTok content and if you see that content in IG and YouTube, that means that content is going to go viral. So if you can find out, the earlier the better, when you can piggyback your brand on this trend. So that's one of the tips that I also utilize these current days. If the TikTok trend, TikTok content is gonna go in IG or especially on YouTube short, that means this is a content that has potential of going to virality. So before people piggybacking on those trends, as a brand, we need to get these trends to our branding content, and our brand is the how we need to work in these products or the brands needs to be changed as evolving of these trends, because these trends are very authentic, I would say, and especially when you're producing the content as well, overproduced content, that means really edited and scripted content, are much work lesser than an authentic content. To be honest, if you look at a brand who is just putting a product very overproduced with like advertisement material kind of product, and some person, I would say a public person or like a general person speaking about the product with his experience, what would be you look at? What would be you view more? Is it the ad commercial or the experience? I'm pretty sure you mostly will be going to that experience content. So then again, there's ways of you identify your target as well. So another tip that I will be giving to you guys today is how do you find your users? So most of the time we also make, sometimes we as brands also make this mistake. We think this is our target audience, but when we are actually promoting the product, sometimes the target audience is not accurate. So how we do find is that most of the time, just I'm pretty sure DDM will be teaching you guys on targeting, meta targeting, Google targeting, and all. When we do, we can target in a broad way. That means you target to everyone first. That's something that I found out is easier to identify your target. First, do broad targeting, and then see who watch your content, who has commented on your content. Just go to their profile and see how they consume their content. And when you first broad targeted, in the next stage, you can optimize your targeting to narrow people by utilizing the options in meta targeting, which has given, right? We call it remarketing, where we market people who only have watched this particular video or watched this particular content of ours. So then you go to the third stage of remarketing them with other kind of content. For example, first, if you target the audience very broadly of showcasing the experience of the product, all right, and I know this one person that I have targeted has watched my video fully. So that means they are interested in my content. Then in remarketing stage, second stage, what I do is I'm going to give him another content showcasing something more what we will be giving to you as a consumer. So the content I'm going to personalize for that particular user by remarketing. So this is a small strategy that I'm taking you guys through what we do at Atlas as well. So anyway, what I want to tell you is that there's no hard fast rule in digital marketing, I would say. First, identify your consumer and then attract those consumers by content and then talk to your target audience. So very simple, but if you identify this earlier on your brands, it would be really easy to do your advertising. So next topic I would like to touch upon is what are the emerging trends in digital. So I'm pretty sure you guys will be using I'm pretty sure you are using right now as well is AI. AI is so hot right now in the market. Wherever you go, wherever you see, there's AI in your content. So these are few platforms that has free versions and paid versions. I'm pretty sure you use ChatGPT most of the time these days. And then you have Gemini, and if you use if you're an Apple user, you have Apple Intelligence in your phone. And then when it's come to advertising, now Meta has launched Meta AI, which is right now not in Sri Lanka, but it will be coming this year. And for content creator, like creative designer, you have Mid Journey. It's a software that you can design your content using prompt. So how brands adapt this AI? So at Atlas, actually we adapt this AI tech a lot in our content. These are two examples that I have shown here. If you are in social media, you would have piggyback on the Ghibli style for sure. So this Ghibli style comes from ChatGPT. where you can include a picture and you can transform it to a Ghibli style anime. So these kind of trends I have utilized for our branding content. But if you look at in past, we won't do something like this from a brand because brand is a bit more, I would say, traditional. But right now, brand also evolving. So with that evolution on digital, you should adapt these changes to your content. So these are two types of examples that I want to give you. If you see the Innovate brand, Innovate brand is more of Gen Z. So we try to piggyback on whatever the trends that comes for Gen Z. And then you have the right side, you have the Atlas sippy bottle, which is, if you see this girl and the boy, is AI generated models. These are not actual models. So in terms of the cost as well, is really lesser without using models and using AI. So you have the cost efficiency for the brand as well. So this one way of using AI. You can use AI for content creation, for copywriting, and as such. And then another way of using AI is Meta Advantage Plus, which is integrated to advertising platform of Meta. That means Facebook and IG ads, which I'm pretty sure will be touched on the DDM. And then you have chatbots. If you look at the apps like Duolingo, these AI, they have been using AI to create conversational tutorial where you have bot and you can ask questions and that bot will be answering to your questions. So these are ways of how brands are evolving with AI and how they are adapting to AI. So I would say for next 5 years also, AI will be play a huge role in your, especially in content, as well as in targeting, as based on my secret formula, as I mentioned earlier. These two will lead by AI. So piggyback on AI right now itself. Go to ChatGPT, go to Gemini, see what kind of things you can go. There's a lot of these platforms has trial versions. I would say you go and try out yourself. Self-learning also is something I would uh, uh, say very important in terms of digital marketing, because if you don't know what's going on in the market or if you're not updated, it's really hard to work on a digital strategy, because it's what works today will not work tomorrow. And same has like whatever the things, the campaigns that I ran past years will not, but I can't copy those campaigns for this year. It's very different. The markets are very different, and how consumers consume these contents are very different. So in order to react to this or to adapt to this, you need to know the tech. So the best way of approaching is one is really good start coming to DDM. And second is always look at your social media, what comes next, what is the new thing that is in the market. It can be from a meme. Sometimes still the meme game is very much focused, because something I'm pretty sure you guys share reels with your friends every single day. So why not brand can't adapt to that? So just like these small things does matter in digital, and try to be agile and adaptable to whatever the changes comes in digital. So lastly, I would like to show you some of the opportunities you have in digital marketing. The main thing that we are looking at right now is digital marketing specialists in corporate, especially multinational corporates, as well as their digital marketing agencies in Sri Lanka, like Densul, Malanlo, Loops, and such. So these are main roles that we are looking at day to day, and trust me, the demand is so high, and I have gone through several recruits, and most of the time that I see a weakness is they do not have experience in terms of executing digital marketing, or they are not passionate about digital marketing, or they are not adaptable to digital marketing. So starting for these roles are very demanded at currently, and it's I would say the market is lower in supply. That means there are a lot of people. I can't find a lot of people who are who are in digital marketing. Like they don't know what type of executions at the market are. And another opportunity that you have in globally is, I would say, remote working and freelancing. Website like Fiverr and Upwork provides a lot of freelancing opportunities in Sri Lanka. And you can go into remote work in global like UK, USA. There are a lot of remote jobs that specifically ask for digital marketing. So I would say a digital marketing area, digital marketing is an area that will further develop and extended in coming years than traditional, because new jobs are opening right now. For example, because of the chat GPT, because of the AI coming in, there is a role called prompt engineering. So this is something not came to Sri Lanka yet, but for sure in next year it will be coming in. We will be also looking at prompt engineering, because softwares like Midjourney, ChatGPT, we can do our own content creation at internally has a brand. So why all by using just prompt engine, that means a direction is given to the software and they are going to give me the content. So those kind of roles will be built because of the evolution of these type of technology in the future. So starting point where you can adapt this technology is digital marketing. So if you come to digital marketing, that's something will be that shows that you're very well adapted and agile as a person as well, because as I mentioned earlier, digital marketing is very agile. You need to be very updated, and it's also fun to be updated, because one of the advantage you have in an office is you can scroll all day in social media. So I think that's pretty much a really good thing that you can enjoy while you do your job as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. That's conclude my presentation, and I would like to take a minute to answer to your questions if you have, because I really like to answer what you would require from me and what I can help you with. Anyone? All right, then. I think I hope you guys got something from my session that and I would like to invite for digital marketing in future. Like I would like to see your faces someday works in digital marketing, and yeah, good luck with it.
Thank you so much, Yashoda, for that very comprehensive and I think insightful session into not just what digital marketing is about and the industry, but also giving our students the potential opportunities that they could work towards in the industry. So once again, thank you, Yashoda. And now to give you an insight about what studying this program at the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing is like, I'd like to call upon Mr. Shanaka Ayushmantaratnayaka. He is a digital marketing professional with over a decade of experience driving brand growth through performance marketing, SEM, and strategic media planning. He is currently serving as the Assistant Vice President of Marketing at Freeme Digital Bank, and he has played a key role in shaping the bank's digital presence and promotional strategies. Shanak has also worked with top agencies like Mindshare and Momentous Digital, building a strong foundation in digital media management. He is a certified LinkedIn marketing solutions expert and an EXCO member of the Digital Marketing Association of Sri Lanka, and he also serves his expertise as a visiting lecturer here at SLIM. So, Shanaka, it is great to have you on board today, and we'd love to hear some words from you.
Thank you, Rebecca, for the introduction. Good morning, all. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Shanaka, we can see your screen.
Super. All right, thank you. Yeah, so good morning all. I hope everybody got some interesting facts from the previous session from Yashoda, and got an insight about the importance of digital marketing, and then why we need to be using digital marketing platforms to do our marketing activities, as well as why we need to be updated with current trends, and of course not forgetting using the latest tools and technology that is coming up in your day-to-day work, so that it will help in multiple ways. Example, like she said, in terms of optimizing cost, getting things done quick without delays like we did back in the day. So that's pretty much the gist of things when it comes to practical application, right? So again, for the purpose of giving you a quick overview about the program, right? I'm going to take you through a few insights, and then it's all going to be backed with marketing at the core, right? We still do digital marketing, but marketing is at the core. So let me take you through that and give a quick intro into what's in store for you within the DDM program that you're about to get on board. So guys, my first thing that I tell when I meet students within the open day sessions, and also in my introduction sessions, which I do most of the time, in today's context, quote, in today's context, uh, you'd be surprised why this guy is coming and telling it right this moment in time, but you would understand it at the end of the program, right? In today's context, I'm repeating again, you don't consider any special area, or a special field of marketing as digital marketing, right? Because it's end of the day marketing in a digital world, right? So it's important to have marketeers. It's important to have marketeers who are familiar with digital technologies, digital platforms, like Yashoda mentioned, knowing about Instagram, knowing about TikTok, knowing about the new types of content that is coming out. It's all done for the purpose of marketing, right? So marketing is nothing more, nothing less than identifying, anticipating, and satisfying customer requirements profitably. Only thing that you do with digital is you try to amplify that by the use of applying digital technologies. It can be social media, it can be web, it can be internet marketing, it can be e-commerce, it can be direct communication, it can be performance marketing, it can be any of these, right? And we go into the areas of experiential marketing and neuro marketing as well, which are all also part of digital marketing. Why? Because there is a component of digital technology used in that executions of experiential or neuro marketing, right? So that's the gist of it. So it's marketing end of the day, and what we're doing is, what you will be going through within this program is, how do we apply, how do we do that marketing to consumers who live in a digital and a multi-screen world, right? So that's the essence of the program. You would come to consensus at the end of the program once you finish all the modules, right? Once you finish all the modules and go through the assignments, the practical assignments that you're about to get into, you'd understand the true meaning of it. It's not something special or a separated activity that is done in a silo where you don't connect with other verticals of marketing. It's basically marketing that you do to consumers in a digital world and who is exposed to multi screens, right? So it's about using that technology and adapting it. So let's I'm sorry, let's take a step back and come to understand the basics. When it comes to the strategy of marketing, is first identifying what the problem is, which is the diagnosis part, right? Which is the diagnosis part. Whenever you come into practical application, so I too agree with Yashoda's sentiment on there is not enough people in the market to fulfill the demand, right? So that's actually true, guys. So we technically have more than 100 people who are interested in joining this program. So that's very interesting, and we're glad that a lot of people are coming into learning how to do digital marketing or how to apply these technologies in real world case studies. It's actually true. There is not enough supply to fulfill demand, right? And also it's not, it's about uh, having a basic understanding of marketing as well, right? So there is a big gap in the market. So it's ideal that you guys are going through programs like this and updating yourselves and getting a hands-on experience, which is also backed with the fundamentals of marketing, because you need to first define the overall marketing strategy. So you start off with diagnosis, right? Start off with diagnosis, as in when it comes to a practical problem, what is the actual problem, right? What is the actual problem? Because half of the problem is solved if you understand what the problem is, right? So diagnosis is really, really important. That is where your research comes in, the application of digital tech tools, right? To identify the customer sentiment. Example, things like simple things like Google Trends, doing a hashtag search, just looking at what people are talking about your product, your consumers, and the category, right? What is the sentiment? Is it a positive sentiment? Is it a negative sentiment? Is it a neutral sentiment? That's part of insight. That's a part of insight gathering and helps you to diagnose the problem. And not only that, you're going to learn in terms of how you can identify your competitor advertising strategies as well, right? You learn about how do we monitor competitors that run campaigns at the moment and their historical campaigns, and get a idea about how much their spend is like on platforms like Meta and Google, right? So those are all part of the content outline you're going to go through within this DTM program. Basically, how do we understand, how do we look at your competitors, get better insights out of it, and even see what kind of campaigns they're doing at this moment and in the past as well. So that's all going to help you diagnose a problem. And then comes the most important part, which is the strategy, the marketing strategy, right? So in a nutshell, strategy is nothing more, nothing less than identifying all the things that you're going to do. I quote again, identify all the things that you're going to do and taking off the things that you're not supposed to do or not able to do, right? So example, you have 10 things that you can do to execute your strategy. You are not able to practically execute all 10 of them, right? So you have to take off things that are not going to be helpful, not feasible, not practical, and then you are left with one or two things. That is strategy, right? So you look at all the options that you can execute, then simply take off the things that are not going to do. It can be based on priority or resources, and then you're left with one or two things which are able to do, which will help you to achieve the results you want, which is strategy, right? So you learn about that in within the introduction and the first two modules as well, in terms of developing digital strategies. And then finally, a little bit of theory will come in here, is the execution of that strategy using your marketing mix. Now, all three parts of this activities deserves equal weightage, right? Equal weightage for the identifying the problem, equal weightage for strategizing, and equal weightage for execution using the marketing mix. The marketing mix, the simplest form is the 4 Ps: product, price, place, and promotion. Or you can use the latest updated versions of the 7 Ps as well, where you include physical presence and people and processes as well, right? So that is all part of the marketing mix. My point here is you have to give equal weightage for all three activities. However, with digital platforms becoming easily accessible, right? For example, you take Facebook. It's within 10 minutes, anybody who has a good internet connection can start a Facebook page, create a cover photo, have a profile picture, give a description, add your contact details, and start posting content. Within 10 minutes, you have a decent internet connection, you can do that. The same can be applied for a LinkedIn profile, uh, Instagram platform, or even X, or any of the social media platforms for that matter, right? It's that easy. A stable internet connection is all you need, right? And a computer or a device, right? So it's easy. So that easiness, right? That easiness to enter into digital marketing or into using digital platforms have taken us a little more towards talking about the communications part of it, right? So we are a little too focused on the comms or the communications part of it. And that is at the cost of not giving enough weightage for identifying the problem, strategizing what you're going to do, right? And ticking off the things that you're not going to do, and you straight away jump into the communications part because it's that easy to create a post, create a piece of content, and then publish, right? So we most of the cases we tend to miss out on these two. So it's it can be interesting at start, but in the long term, it will affect. It will affect the return on investment and the activities that you have done in the past as well. So it has to connect with the marketing strategy. It has to be overall connected and integrated, right? So that is something you will learn within these modules. Of course, how do we use new digital technologies is a part of it, right? So while digital provides the opportunity for businesses to disrupt traditional models, it's important to businesses to be proactive and innovate continually, right? Because your sole survival, right? Your sole survival depends on how proactive you are. Because, like you heard from the previous speaker, things that you do today will definitely not be relevant in a week or 2 weeks time, right? So you have to be proactive and you have to continue to be innovative, right? So that is example, identifying new trends that are on social platforms, on digital channels. How do we write on them? How do we piggyback on them? Strategy needs to be thought of first because sometimes there are a lot of case studies on this, and you will see a few within your content marketing module. Please keep a tab of that. On your content marketing module, you'll understand it's important to write on new trending activities. We call it trend jacking content. It's important. However, there are a lot of case studies, a lot of incidents in the past where brands have taken or adapted new trends, new trending topics, and it has costed on the brand value that they have built throughout, right? Because you ride on a wave thinking it'll make you popular. However, there can be instances when that trend might not be really, really relevant with your brand, the core or the essence of your brand. So it might affect you negatively. So strategy is there to identify whether we should do or should not do it, right? So that's also going to be part of your module within the DDM program. So all in all, what digital helps you to do is streamline the opportunities, right? Your day-to-day activities, use of digital platforms, example, using AI. And I completely agree. The new way of work or new specialization of work that is going to be coming in the near future, right? Very soon is the area of prompt engineering, which is going to be a very specialized area. So it's not that everybody can't do it. It's just you need to have a thought process and a streamlined chain of thought, which will help you to prompt engineer as well. So the specialization of prompt engineering will be a fact in the very near future. So be ready for that. It's simply understanding what needs to be done and then having a streamlined chain of thought. Having a chain of thought is important. From start to end, you have to have it in your mind. Prompt engineering is then telling that LLM platform or your AI platform what needs to be done, right? Because AI cannot think on its own. You have to feed what it needs to think, right? AI is always garbage in, garbage out, right? If you put in garbage, you have no choice, garbage is going to come out, right? So that's simply the logic. So you prompt engineering is not rocket science. It's about having a clear chain of thought and then prompting it or telling the AI what it needs to do. So using digital technologies and tools will definitely be helpful in your marketing activities. I mean, marketing activities in terms of saving time, lowering cost, and of course, not forgetting improved metrics. And the important thing is when it comes to metrics, remember every digital activity that you do, every digital execution that you do, or every marketing activity you do using digital platforms and digital channels is going to be measurable and is measurable. And it is our responsibility as marketeers who who do marketing in a digital world to think about the data analytics part, right? How do we capture the data that is going to be created from all the content, all the activities we use or we do using digital platforms, right? It can be a simple thing like coming up with a Facebook post, driving awareness for it, getting people to visit a landing page, and then getting them to submit a lead. It can be a simple journey like that, but there is a lot of breadcrumbs or pieces of information that you're going to be able to collect out of that simple journey, starting with things like how many people saw your content piece on Facebook, how many people reacted to it, engaged to it, how many people gave you earned media, example, how many people shared your content, and then how many people clicked on it. Number one, how after clicking, how many people visited your landing page, how long the people stayed on your landing page, what activities they did in the landing page, and finally ending up with a conversion in this example, signing up a lead form. In that simple journey, the journey was a Facebook content to drive traffic to a website, a landing page, get leads. There are only three things. But within that three things, three simple things, there is a lot of information, bits of information that is going to be left by the people who engage with it. And it is our responsibility as marketeers to capture all that data because end of the day, it's going to help in terms of understanding the metrics. That brings us to the context of big data, right? And they say data is the new oil, which means it's the most important or valuable resource in the world today, and it is so, it is true, right? After oil, data is the new or the most valuable resource in the world, right? And just like oil, right? And just like oil, the data that you see, right? The big data that you see. So guys, don't worry about these big terms, big words that you're going to hear when it comes to digital. Things like big data. Big data is simply high volumes of data coming at you at high velocity. So that's high volume of data coming in at high speeds, velocity is what big data is. So you have to have a way of filtering it. And when it comes to filtering, just like the example of crude oil, how you refine it, how you refine it is going to impact what that output is going to be used for. In other words, data is only good as how good it is refined and for what purpose it is used, right? So don't worry about things like big data and a lot of people putting in technical terms in your conversations, right? You can filter all of that. End of the day, what you do with your data, how you filter it, what are you going to do with it is what matters, right? Because big data, whether we like it or not, it's going to be coming in at high speeds, right? Because of the lot of data sources that is out there, because every interaction somebody does on digital can be tracked, can be traced. So that's high volume. And you're able to capture it when you have the right capturing mechanisms in place, real time, which is high velocity, right? So think about it. Don't worry, it's how you refine it and what purpose you use it. So coming back to the context of it, starting from your first module, my only request as a resource personnel within the program is we've done a lot of work in terms of re-evaluating and re-engineering the new program outline, the new program module, and from the first three modules itself, you're going to be starting individual assignment, which is going to be done till the end of the program, which will help you to practically apply every single module content that you're going to go through. So there are two assignments, I think. Uh, the class coordinating teams will take you through in detail about the program. But in a nutshell, from the start of the program till the end, you'll be defined or you get to work on an assignment, a practical assignment, which needs to be submitted at the end of the program. And step by step, stage by stage, every module that you go through can and should be applied in that individual assignment. So keep a note of that as well. And as a resource personnel, again, my simple request is be curious, right? But I think this particular batch of people, just like the previous ones as well, would be curious because I saw a lot of people engaging, a lot of people giving feedback. So that's interesting because we're doing this on a digital platform, right? Even this education is done in a digital world. You and I are not meeting physically. We're virtually meeting and we are getting when we are sharing knowledge in a digital platform. So that itself proves that we are in a digital world. So be curious. I saw a lot of people asking questions, engaging with the previous session. So that's good. Be curious and ask questions. And finally, use a simple search, right? Because I want everybody to do a follow-up session on all the interesting things that you learn in your day-to-day activities, right? In the program outline, you'll be hearing a lot of concepts, a lot of theoretical elements, a lot of new technologies, and a few, not few, but a lot of interesting case studies as well. So my request to you is also do a simple search on it. Whenever you pick out an interesting topic, interesting term, interesting case study, make a note of it, do a follow-up search as soon as the session is done, right? And then that will help you to be more inquisitive and be interactive as well, right? So be curious, ask questions, and definitely start using search. And then, it'll make you help in your learning journey, right? Because the first thing you need to remember is digital is not going to be constant. It's always also going to be ever evolving. And you being curious and using search and finding new information is really, really important because you first need to unlearn to learn. So think about these things. And I think next you'll learn about all the program outlines. So hoping to meet you in some of the sessions that are going to come in as well. So keep the three things in mind, and I wish you all the best. Be curious, ask questions, and use search, right? And that's it. That's it from me. Hoping to see everybody in the sessions that are supposed to be following in a couple of weeks. So that's it from me. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Tanaka, for I think a very insightful session. And one thing you did leave with us is data is only purpose that it is used. I think you really drove home the concept that AI is only good as the data that you input into it. And like you said, if you input garbage, you as garbage as well. And I think that was something very interesting that most of us seem to consider when we use these AI. Those words of wisdom from your end, and you did brief us a little bit about what the program at Slim here looks like. And to talk more about this and the nitty-gritty of the DDM here at the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, I'd like to invite Mudita Kandambi, the executive here at the Slim Business School, to give you a rather detailed brief of the program, like I mentioned before, and to basically give you a glance of what's in store for you with this diploma.
Thank you, Rebecca. First, let me share my screen. I think my screen is visible, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Mudita, we can see your screen.
Okay, thank you. So good morning, everyone. On behalf of Slim Business School, I would like to warmly welcome you again for the inauguration of Diploma in Digital Marketing program. So this is the first intake in 2025. I'm Mudita Kandambi, Program Coordinator for the DDM program. So let's move on to the eligibility to this program first. Okay. If you have complete certificate in digital marketing here in SLIM, or if you have a marketing profession, if you're a marketing professional who's having a MBA, MSc, or else if you have followed any other qualifications in digital marketing from a recognized institute which is acceptable to SLIM, are eligible to follow in this program, and also we are required the work experience as well. So about the registrations, you have to submit these relevant documents to SLIM LMS. We are giving learning management access to students who register to this program within the first 3 weeks after the session commences. And also you need to submit the soft copies of your NIC and scan copies of your education qualification, also this service letter. So this is the interface of learning management system. We are sharing an email with you within first 3 weeks when the class commences. Then you can log into the LMS and submit all these documents. And you have to actually submit these documents within 1 month. And once you upload it, we are verified from our side. So about the coaching, sessions will on every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. via MS Teams, and class join links will share with all the students through email or via WhatsApp community, and we are sharing the community link with you. And the first class will commence on 27th of April 2025. I'll upload class timetable to the LMS, and I kindly request to follow this schedule and maintain your attendance because we are monitoring it from our side. And about the program duration, it's a 8-month program, and this program covered all 8 modules. I'll upload this program handbook to the LMS, then you can refer it and do the needful. And as I mentioned previously, we are doing this fully online via MS Teams, and medium of delivery is English. So let's talk about the assessments and evaluation criteria. So for Diploma in Digital Marketing program, you have to do a group assignment, presentation, individual assignment, and the presentation. And you have to submit 4 continuous assessments, which has Google Ads Search certification, Google Ads Display and Creative certification, and Google Ads Video certification. So all the guidelines will share in due course. And also, SLIM Library is now open for your studies. You can visit on Tuesdays to Sundays. And kindly note that SLIM Business School is closed on Monday, Power Days, and special holidays declared by state and the SLIM. So regarding the communication, we are sharing all the details via email and via WhatsApp community. So we are requesting you to provide a valid email address and check your emails on regular basis. So students who registered from SLIM Business School, Colombo, you can contact me, Mudita Kandambi. You can contact me via 070-366-2177. And from students who registered in Kandy, you can contact Ms. Umahari. And student who registered in Mathura, you can contact Ms. Pavani. We are given details. So once you complete this qualification, you will be awarded at a glamorous ceremony. And this brings to the end. And I would like to wish you all the very best for your journey and become the successful marketers in the world of marketing. So thank you, guys. Over to you, Rebecca. Thank you.
Thank you, Mudita, for that brief. And I think all of us have a very clear idea of what this 8-month course would look like, and the class schedules, and like she said, the holidays, and when you have lectures, and all of that was very neatly briefed by Mudita. So thank you so much. And with that, we'd like to conclude our open day today. So although it was virtual, I do hope that all of you all got the information you needed, and that you are looking forward to starting your diploma in digital marketing here at the Sri Lanka Institute of Management. So once again, thank you all for joining, and have a great day ahead.